what is going on, guys? Matthew V. Haynes here, aka the Clock Master. Before I get this video, guys, make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you love the Flash, like Flash reactions, Flash news, Flash updates, anything the Flash, anything DC TV, here's the place to be. So subscribe. Yeah. If you like that stuff, subscribe to the channel, man. Help me get to 20,000 subscribers. We're almost there. We need a little bit over 700 more now. Yeah, but 700 more, right? Yeah, so a little over 700 more subscribers. So can you do that? Do that by subscribing. And if you want early access to all like my anime reactions, like my Hero Academia right now so far, and then like Jessica Jones coming up, and some other shows, and you want that, make sure to check out my Patreon and everything like that. All the information will be down there in the description box. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about Iris West. We're here to talk about her and the controversy surrounding Iris West. I'm always talking about Iris West on this channel. Why does it always happen like this, man? Why? Yeah, I'm always talking about Iris on this channel. It's always about something negative too. Like earlier this season was about the feminist episode, the hashtag feminism episode that everyone got triggered about, and you know I did a little rant talking about the negative stuff surrounding Iris and all that. But more recently, the backlash for Iris has come with last week's episode, Enter Flash Time. Now that was, like I said this in my reaction. If you guys haven't seen my reaction, go check that out with my mother. But like I said last week, that was probably one of my favorite Flash episodes ever. Maybe of this scene, but maybe ever, just because of the fact that they were dealing with literally entering Flash Time. That's something I've always wanted to see them handle and tackle properly, and I thought it was dealt with properly. But what's happening in that episode, why people are so triggered and so upset, is that you had, and well, my full reaction on Patreon, I talked about this. I'm not sure if I talked about this in the highlight version on YouTube, but you have four doctors essentially, or four people, or geniuses really. You have Cisco, you have Killer Frost, or Caitlin rather, you have Dr. Wells, and you have, in this episode, we had Jessie Quick come back, and she's also a genius as well, scientific genius and a speedster. And also you had Jay Garrick, who's who I would consider an elder in the Speed Force community, if you want to call it that. So somebody who knows a little bit more and knows a lot about the Speed Force and does have a little bit of knowledge and smarts behind him. And out of all the people that it took to solve this issue, Iris West came in to save the day. Iris West came in last minute. You had Barry, who's also a genius too, and all these other people, all these smart people, surrounded by all these smart people, and then Iris West comes in and gives the big suggestion and saves the day. Now that's why a lot of people have been really upset. They've been really mad and triggered about that episode. Now me personally, as far as the entire episode is concerned, I enjoyed the episode. Like I said, I did have a minor issue with how the writers gave Iris that big of a thing where it's like, wait a minute, how's she the one to come up with the solution for this? Didn't you not have all these other people? I was kind of thinking, I was like, what? Why are they doing it this way? I didn't allow it to bother me too much though, because I know how the writers do their thing and whatever. I mean, I love Iris as a character. I like Candace as an actress, and I love the character. I just don't like what they're doing with the character. As far as my main gripe with Iris right now is that we're not seeing the journalist Iris West that I know, that I read, that I always read in comic books. I want to see that the journalist Iris West. I want to see her go back out and do some of her journalistic stuff. I mean, it would have been so cool to see Iris sort of figuring out how to deal with the Finger and how to deal with his issues and how to deal with what's going on with DeVoe and his entire situation as a journalist. That would have been a lot more cooler to see, opposed to her being the leader of Team Flash. Now, like I said, since the beginning, I didn't mind Iris, kind of taking over at first a little bit, but it's like, I mean, hey man, like, she's not qualified for this position. When did Iris become so smart when it comes to the Speed Force and knowledge of this kind of stuff scientifically? She's not a dumb character. She's a very strong and powerful character, which is one of the things I like about her, except her main strengths are really in being a journalist, and I would have loved to see them do that. Now, you call it what it is. Recently came across a situation. A lot of people are considering, not just a lot of people actually, I've came across a lot of people actually considering the show to be super feminist and super pro female empowerment and super pro Iris, and now this. And the main issue that everyone's having again now is that tomorrow's episode, at the time of this video, tomorrow's episode, Run Iris Run, is going to be centered with her being a speedster. Now, I'm like, I hope they explain it, and CW, and they're gonna have some bollocks way of explaining how this is even possible. I do know in the comic books there is an Iris that did have speed, but I think she's from another world. I can't remember too exactly the fine details of it, but I want to see how they're gonna tackle this thing. It's like, she's gonna be a speedster now, and she's gonna have all these abilities, and she's gonna this, and it's like, what? I mean, why is Iris getting so much love for, as far as being a speedster and knowing all this stuff and getting all the limelight and all the glory? That's what everyone's saying. Like I said, me personally, like I said, my issues with Iris is this. Now, let me separate everyone's opinions. This is my opinion. My opinion about it is this. I love Iris. I like the character. I have no issues with her and Barry and stuff like that. My main issues with her is that she's not getting to do her job as a journalist. That's my main issue. Everyone's issues are the things of her getting all the limelight and the show being super feminist and blah, 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 and this stuff. I mean, since she's been running things a lot, I know a lot of people who actually drop watching the show because of that, and I thought that was pretty ridiculous in my opinion. I thought it was pretty stupid. I thought it was just dumb to just drop the show because of that, but I do understand the issues and concerns that people have about Iris, as when it comes to her just getting all the glory and all of a sudden knowing everything. I did have a problem. Like I said, I did have a problem with last week's episode, with her being the one to come up with the solution. It did kind of irk me a little bit. I was like, because I was just thinking to myself, I mean, you got Cisco, and it's the writers so much. I'm really blaming the CW writers for doing this nonsense, this stupidity. Why would you? I don't get it. You have all these doctors, all these geniuses, all these scientists, and Iris with no experience in this field, with no knowledge. No true knowledge of the Speed Force, no true knowledge of how these things work, just comes up with a solution. Now, I tried to come up with a loophole to really, not a loophole, a reason to kind of justify her coming up with an answer. And what I said was this. Someone tagged me on Stardust, and I said this, A. Gordon, I believe, tagged me on Stardust, and I said, okay, well, I mean, Barry and Jesse and Jay Garrick kind of did come up with the idea to throw lightning at at the explosive, but they just didn't have enough power. So I do remember when Barry was talking to Iris, and I guess maybe in a way, since the idea was already thought of, maybe she just thought of a different way to get it. But it didn't make any sense to me that you had all these people and who put that that spear in the Speed Force, and they couldn't figure that out. So, in a way, you can kind of justify the fact that, yeah, she did come up with a solution. You can kind of justify it. If you use that example I gave, you can kind of justify it by saying, okay, the idea was already there. She just thought of a different way to go about it. Because, Barry explained everything to her in the episode, saying that, this happened, we tried to do this, but we didn't have enough power. We don't have enough power to throw it, and I can't save us this time, Iris. I can't save us this time, Iris. And then Iris just, comes up with the idea, is like, oh, okay, well, you tried this, but you didn't try it this way. So, I mean, I guess maybe you can kind of try to justify that specific action. But I don't know, man. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think about all this. Do you think that Iris is getting too much glory in this show? Do you think she's kind of like godlike? Hence the title of this video. Do you think she's kind of godlike, that they're giving her all these random abilities and things that she can do that she couldn't do before, and all this glory? Do you think she's being godlike to to the rest of them? You guys let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this. You let me know. I want to hear your thoughts. Be respectful of other people's opinions in the comments, man. Don't Don't tell anybody I'm gonna kill your mom and all this kind of stupid, aggressive nonsense. Be respectful in the comments and share your thoughts, and let's just all have a conversation and talk with each other about this. What you think, man? What do you think about this? Do you think the show's getting too pro-Iris, or what do you think about the show in general? You let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Clockmaster out.